guys, so those little opening images that were fun for you were the storm clouds that were rolling in earlier this afternoon. There was a little bit of particularly heavy rain. I'm not entirely sure if there was lightning in it. There was certainly no thunder, but the rain was enough to make up for the noise pollution, and so we are recording now a little later than I would have liked. But this is my favourites video. This is, if you are new to the channel, this is how I close out every month. Although I have started to wonder whether or not I should just open the next month with it, so I can do like a full month in review. But I mean, it's currently nearly 9 o'clock on the 30th, so I think the month's pretty much done. After this, I'm probably going to watch one more movie, and it will just go on to next month's favourites sort of thing, and then I'm going to be asleep. So, this one, I know last month I sort of divulged into a couple of different things. I want to try and keep this one short, and because of the quarantine, a lot of content was consumed. Even while writing this list and trying to remember what things I'd done this month and what was actually last month, and that sort of thing, I don't think I've remembered everything, to be completely honest. So that's how we know that this is actually a favourites video this month. But I'm only going to be looking at, obviously, the things that I did. And if you watch the resolutions video, I didn't really try out any new hobbies or whatever, so all of the other sections that would have included a new hobby are not included. Also, at the end of this video, I will be doing, I've got some shots from when I set up. You can't really see it, but this just here is a PlayStation controller, charger, and I've directly behind me, sitting probably here-ish, is, let's see if I was right, kind of, you can just see it over the top of the pillows there, but we've got a second set of Joy-Cons and a charging controller for them, for my Nintendo Switch, so I can actually do split screen on the games that I have that are multiplayer, like what's the fighting one? Smash Brothers, Super Smash Brothers Ultimate. Anyway, those will be at the end. I'll try to get through everything else as quickly as possible, but I got a big old stack of stuff just next to me, which isn't really that much short of being on it. I've got a takeaway cup here. That's how far away we are. We come to here. Yeah, so we come to just the top there. So it's only that far from being on camera. It's quite the pile. And it does not include music. The link to that though is down below for my 2020 Spotify list. Wanting to know what I was listening to this month, go into that playlist, scroll down till you find the song that I did a cover of this month, which was Some Kind of Disaster by All Time Low. It was actually the first album that was released this month that's represented on my playlist, and you'll want to listen to it and the 9 songs thereafter. They're all the lead singles of albums that came out this month. So obviously, starting with All Time Low, that was Wake Up Sunshine. We then had the album Declaration by Red. Southside by Sam Hunt is on there. Nothing is True and Everything is Possible by Enter Shikari. Its lead song is The Dreamers Hotel, which has been played quite a bit. It's probably top 3 out of all of these ones, with the All Time Low one and probably Trivium, which is one of the last ones to be released. You could listen to quite a fair bit once it was released. Angel Miners and the Lightning Riders by A-Ball Nation. We've got Human Design. I just realised that on my notes here, that is spelled incorrectly, but Human Design by Birds of Tokyo, Afterburner by Dance Gavin Dance, What the Dead Men Say by Trivium, and Heartwork by The Used. I've also listened to and sort of discovered 3 new artists this month. One of them through TikTok, and the TikToker themselves being the person that is the cover for the single for the song Arto by Call Me Charisma. There was also Selfish by Madison Beer, who I'd not really heard of before, and the funny story there is that I was scrolling through Facebook and there was a post that had said, without images, by the way, Madison, like for Madison Beer, heart react for Margot Robbie, who do you think is hotter, or something like this. And I was like, well, without an image, I don't know who Madison Beer is, so obviously Margot Robbie. Did the Google search to find out who Madison Beer was, to see who I thought was actually, more of an accurate answer. Still Margot Robbie, but her music's pretty good. So we sort of started listening to Madison Beer a little bit, and then got a little bit more into Grey. Found out they have a song with Avril Lavigne, and we know how much of a fan I am, called Wings Clipped, and sort of listened to it on repeat for a little bit, and then just let it join our regularly circulating playlist for the month. Alright, going into gaming, and it is first up, obviously, with the PS4 games, but some Switch games at both consoles. So we played all of these games this month. Starting with the PS4 stuff, we go with the bigger ones. Why not? It gives us a foundation to put the smaller ones on at the end. Going from most recent to least recent, or most played to least played. It's probably a more accurate way of putting this, but Spyro Reignited Trilogy. I'm a pretty big Spyro fan. I don't think that's any kind of a secret to any, I don't think that's really surprising anybody. But I'm a pretty big Spyro fan. I thought that I'd be able to knock it out in a day, considering that one of my aunts used to have a Spyro game on the Game Boy Advanced, I believe, and I got down to a point where I was able to finish the entire game within a day, and that wasn't a whole day of just sitting there and doing it. I just knew where all of the things were. I thought I'd give, since it's a trilogy, I thought I'd give it 3 days, and also set myself the extra challenge of 100% completing everything, without factoring in the fact that there were some parts where I'd forgotten where a particular secret area was for a particular collectible, or how to get a particular skill point, and also just the Fireworks Factory Dragons was a whole afternoon just on its own. So needless to say that I failed in that attempt, but I've still pretty much almost completed it. If I go and play it after making this video, I'm up to fighting the sorceress, and then yeah, I think that's it. Actually no, that's false. I've still got most of the worlds from Midnight Mountain to go, but otherwise I'm pretty much done the entire trilogy. We've then got Darksiders 3. I started playing this because I hadn't fully finished it from the first time I started playing it, but I restarted. For this playthrough, I restarted, and I started playing it again because Genesis came out, and I was like, well, I want to finish the game that comes before this, before I get this. I also don't have any more my copies of 1 and 2 because they were PlayStation 3 games, and I traded my PlayStation 3 in for my Switch. So I want to try and find PS4 versions of the War Mastered Edition of the first Darksiders and the definitive of, why is that so hard to say? Definitive. It's literally the same sounds. It's literally the same sounds. Definitive edition of Darksiders 2. Wow. Now that we've wasted time with my stutter, the last one was Soul Calibur 6. I mainly was creating characters in the character creation section, kind of inspired by this and a little bit by my favourite anime, to do some Seven Deadly Sins stuff. Obviously I focused more on this version of the Sins, but I will be going back through making a giant female character using the Astaroth character base, and I will be calling it Lady Diane when I go back through and do a full remake of those characters, so they're going to be really fun. But yeah, I think I might have used Geralt as a base for one of the characters. I can't remember, but Geralt does make a reappearance further down this list. Switch Minecraft, mainly as an online game, with my brother and my nephew, because my nephew would have come down for the holidays, but didn't, because of the lockdown, so we just played online, I did, at least, every few afternoons. I also got Trials of Mana, which is, probably as it stands, my second full game introduction to just the greater world of Final Fantasy. I want to get Kingdom Hearts 3, Kingdom Hearts Broken Dreams or something like that. It was a PSP game back in the day, and it was my first official introduction, but I want to get Kingdom Hearts 3, and I want to get, I think it's number 15 was the most recent, not as in remakes and stuff, but new edition sort of thing. I think 15 was the new one, a little bit ago, and I've been debating what platform to get those on, because I know I can't get, I think it's Final Fantasy 15. I don't think I can get that on the Switch, so I've been debating whether or not to just get the remake and Kingdom Hearts 3 on the Switch, the remake for number 7, obviously, or if I go and get the other two on the PlayStation and just have Trials of Mana in the same way as I had Kingdom Hearts, I think it was Broken Dreams or something like that, on my portable device, because obviously the PlayStation 4 is not portable, but the Switch is, or can be at least. But yeah, let me know what you guys think I should do down in the comments. Advice would be appreciated. And then I also have been playing Breath of the Wild. I'm really, at this point, just taking my time with that game. I tried to sort of blast through as best I could, but I'm now at the point where it's let's just open up the map, find as many of these temples as I can, so that I can, not have to worry about turning the radar on or off because of how annoying it is. It pings even when you're running towards it. Yes, I know there's one right near me. I'm literally looking at it. And if it's any indication to what Navi was like in whatever game it was he appeared in, I feel like that was Ocarina of Time. I don't know. I'm kind of a bit of a noob to the Nintendo games. I originally had a 64. Not that you'd know it, because since then PlayStation's been my main console. Never once owned an Xbox, never once intended to own an Xbox. So if you really just want to be trolling me, suggest that I get Final Fantasy on the Xbox. But yeah, Breath of the Wild is sort of my first sort of like actual, like I own the game sort of thing for being able to play a Zelda title. And yeah, there are 2 games that I think I'd like to have back on the Nintendo specifically. They're Banjo-Kazooie, and I know that there's Yooka-Laylee now, which is kind of the same, but it's also like not. I want to play as Banjo-Kazooie, so unless the Impossible Lair has some little like tie-in where they run into Banjo-Kazooie, then it's not going to fill that void. The other one is I really want them to do an updated, not a remaster, an updated Pokemon Stadium, where you can actually get Pokemon from every generation, including the Galar region. I think that'd be pretty cool. Would also allow people to pick their like 6 all-time favorite Pokemon sort of thing for their party, regardless of whether or not those Pokemon would have been able to be put in any of the other main series games. I think that could be really cool. But yeah, those are 2 ideas that I had. And then as far as board games go, this is more or less just to add a sound effect, but I did buy this and I will be doing this month. But I got, look, it's a labyrinth puzzle, and it's gonna look like that when I'm done. So I'm gonna be working on that this next month. That's probably gonna be the new hobby. Doing that by myself, because this month everyone in the house sort of contributed to doing a Peter Pan jigsaw, and then obviously we also played Scrabble. Last bit of show and tell. Obviously, as far as books go, this was like it for the month. If you haven't read it already, do it. It's good. It's good. I myself am not finished with reading the book. But yeah, do that. Speaking of reading, dear God, I have got a lot of books that I want to try and get through before the year's out. I know there's like a challenge where you see how many books you can read in a year. We're already 4 months through and half. But I want to, maybe by the end of next year, we set us up a more realistic time frame. I want to read all the books on my bookshelf before getting new ones, and there's still a lot of new ones I want to get. Like, I don't even have the full Lord of the Rings series. Moving on to what was, let's be completely honest, a more predominant part of lockdown than reading or listening to music while exercising. Streaming. We're just gonna I mean, honestly, from now on I could just literally just put streaming as one of the things. I put television to sort of differentiate between movies that I streamed and series that I streamed. Cinema will probably still stay one once the cinemas open again, because then I'll be actually going to the cinemas, and this was what I saw at the cinema. And then comedy, I'm going to leave as a separate one, because I do like going to live comedy shows, and if the lockdown is lifted before, I think it's June, then I'm planning on going to go see Russell Howard with one of my mates, and it's going to be an absolute blast, because that man is hilarious. But comedy being the first one on my list anyway, I know I read those backwards, but comedy's the first one on my list, and I watched the Netflix special Quarter Life Crisis by the comedian Taylor Tomlinson, and it's hilarious. I think it's her like first official like special. So I don't know if that means I can say that I'm a supporter since day one, but she is probably one of my favourite comedians at the moment. Until I know that Bert Kreischer recently released Hey Big Boy, which was the comedy special from the show I went to see last year, and I think Gabriel Iglesias was doing Mr. Iglesias more recently than actually doing any sort of stand-up. I haven't seen that yet. I'll probably save that for next month. That can be my comedy for next month. But yeah, they're sort of like the two, and obviously Russell Howard in that as well, kind of like the top three for me. But Taylor Tomlinson is a very close fourth. And I've also been watching, like on Facebook and stuff, a lot more of the like female comics and stuff. Because yeah, I mean they've got some good stuff too, obviously. But yeah, I don't know, challenging myself to try and find new comedians that I genuinely enjoy, and not just like watching it because everyone else has. Cinema, moving on, we've got Onwards, which I streamed on Disney Plus, Spider-Man Homecoming, which was, at least as far as recording goes, is still on Netflix. Obviously once that license runs out, and if you're watching this after that license has run out, it's now on Disney Plus as well. And Spider-Man Far From Home, which because of its license is on Amazon Prime. Again, once that license runs out, back to Disney Plus, and then the entire Infinity Saga will be on Disney Plus after that. I also then decided to go and watch Infinity War and Endgame, which were originally filmed as part 1 and part 2 of Infinity War, then obviously just retitled to be different things. Despite basically you can watch them back to back and they are just the one movie, it just ends up going for 5 hours. I've got this weird like yawning hiccup thing happening, and it's that's what that pained expression was just before. But yeah, I watched those 2 Avengers movies, and then I was gonna just do a complete like start to finish chronological order main action rewatch of the entire Infinity Saga, but I ended up just starting with Captain Marvel because I hadn't seen it in so long, and because I've got the physical copy of First Avenger. So yeah, that's sort of where we stood on that, and that leaves me this month, fun fact, 5 Phase 3 films to watch, the exact same number that I watched this month. It's just that this month they were the Avengers, the Spider-Man films, and Captain Marvel, which is arguably, out of the entire that entire phase, arguably the most divisive of the 2. I personally thoroughly enjoyed it. I didn't critique her too hard on how she portrayed Carol Danvers in that film, because she'd actually finished filming her parts for Endgame first, I think is how that worked out. So yeah, I was like, okay, well, you're sort of playing your character arc backwards here. I'm not going to be too hard on you. You're not like starting and being able to make her likable and whatnot. And I also thought that the fact that she was very dissociated from the rest of the cast, as far as like her humanity and whatnot, just goes to show the fact that she has no memories, and she was brainwashed by aliens to believe that she was part of an alien species sort of thing. So like, as far as she's concerned, she doesn't have humanity. She has whatever the similar title would be, but for the Kree. So I thought that was just intrinsically part of the character there, at least as far as the MCU was making it. TV, and this is the last part before I show you the unboxings, so I do apologise for the length of this video, but I watched The Witcher. Like I said, Geralt was going to be making a comeback. I finally got around to watching The Witcher. It had been a while without being able to pay for things like Spotify and Netflix and stuff. It had been a while. Way behind on everything. I mean, even when I was still paying for it, I was waiting for the entirety of season 3 of Riverdale to come out before I started watching that. So I haven't even started watching that yet. I'm about halfway through the first season of Sabrina, and they're just bringing out new seasons all the time, and it's hard to keep up. So if I don't watch something when it comes out, it's because I'm halfway through something else. Obviously, last month I mentioned that I finally finished watching season 5 of The 100. I think I actually finished watching its last episode, like season 5's last episode, beginning of this month, like would have been first or second latest. And then I moved on to The Witcher. That took me a week because I wasn't watching it like a full binge sort of thing. It was just sort of like the series I was watching when I went to bed sort of thing. And now I'm watching Ultimate Spider-Man on Disney Plus, which is an animated one, and it ties in with Hulk, Agents of Smash, and the Avengers show. I'm not entirely sure if it crosses over with the animated Guardians of the Galaxy. The character design for Star-Lord does look different between the two. So I don't know if one of them's based on like the MCU iteration and one of them's based on a more comic accurate one or not. But I am sort of going through the Marvel cartoons at the moment, particularly the ones that were originally Disney XD shows. And so yeah, now we're up to the tech. I hope you enjoy these unboxings. I certainly had a lot of fun unboxing them for you. If you like this video, make sure to show that by giving it a thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already, and the notification bell as well if you want to see more videos from me and be notified when I upload new ones. And yeah, like I said, link to that Spotify, my Spotify playlist for 2020 down below. Yeah, until next time guys, keep your head screwed on. Alright, so we're sitting down here. It is, if it's gonna let me start focusing, 15th of April, 10 to 6. I got this today, and I thought I would unbox it on camera, considering that PlayStation boxes generally are a lot of fun in how they sort of folded together, because as you can see, it doesn't appear like there's anywhere really other than like at the bottom that you could unfold it. But if you're in here, we can see that it's this whole section slides out like this, giving us this top bit that went in under there. There is now, as you can see, another bit, and then we are left with the inside cardboard box that now serves no purpose. There's a little button there. Push it in, pull it up, and just simply. Not yet. We can't simply slide the other bit up just yet. Alright, what do we got? We got our little notification. We got our adapter. put that there. Our power cord, which will go into our adapter. Alright, now let's have a look here. That's connected there. The sides just pop out. And then I'm left with this middle bit, which is going to be the charger itself. And you can see just in here, that's all it's holding that in. Like I said, these are a lot of fun to unpack. This rolls all the way out. It's this massively complex thing. And then wrapped up all nicely in here. Shiny new adapter. Now, I'm also going to set it up. I am sitting in front of my PlayStation at the moment, so I am also going to set it up right now. I'm going to need what about, I would have it sitting here somewhere. Right, well, I'm going to have to plug it in underneath my my desk. There's a PowerPoint under there, obviously, for my computer, but I've got a power board on it. And looking at the length of these cords, I should be able to make it fit. Have this sitting just in here between my TV. Show it better. Between my TV and the little dock for my Switch. So hopefully I can make it fit, but a little point here will go in here, and then it's designed in such a way that I can have it sitting and the cord's not going to get damaged. Obviously they would design it that way. It'd be stupid to design it any other way. And that can all go down there. And some of this other stuff out the way. We'll just sit all that there for the moment. Can we still see that? Kind of. Let's bring it back over here for 2 seconds. Alright. So, these bits in here wiggle a little bit. Here's my other one. Alright, so I'm going to put my black one on the back and my blue one on the front. Very nice, very nice. My little elephant can move there for 2 seconds. In there, out the way. Alright, and now I've just got to plug it in. Hopefully they'll light up for me. Alright, so let's... How can I... We'll see if this... How well this... No, that's not going to work for us. Okay. It's alright. We'll just make do with what we got. But I need to... Since I just sort of had them all sitting there... Go just there for 2 seconds. some more unboxings for you guys. Again, as I'm recording this, it's not the day of doing my favorites video, even though that's the video we're watching. But today I got myself a charging grip and some Joy-Cons, because lately I've been playing this on the Switch with my nephew online, but my brother can't play the Super Mario version, so I got an extra controller and a charging grip for it, so that I can like we can all play Super Mario Minecraft together. So I'm gonna open this one first. Thankfully, Nintendo's boxes are not as intense as the PlayStation's. PlayStation just likes to go overboard on their packaging. This one's a nice little, and it's open. We got our cord, our grip, and some cool little, we'll sit that there, we can open that in a second. And that will be my instructions. Let's chuck that over there, and that's it. She out there, and it's pretty. It's got the little charging dock at the top there. To compare, this is the one that came with my Switch. As you can see, they are a different color. They're still both black in the center, but the handles are different. This one's more of like a, it's actually quite see-through, like, it's kind of cool. I'm digging it. And then, yeah, at the top, we've got the differences there. So we're going to just sit him there for 2 seconds. Obviously we got our cord, we'll get to that in a second. Then I'm gonna plug this bad boy in. We've got a plug just up here that I can chuck it into. This one's being a little bit more difficult. And again, and we go then. This is our, what? This is our right Joy-Con. Dang, that pink, you don't miss it, do you? The green, kind of digging the green. They look a lot more muted on the pack there. Some instructions again. I don't need those ones though. We'll just put it there because it can. The two hand clips that slide onto the sides, they're going to be important. And again, that's it. Nintendo, thank you for having manageable packaging. So inside the bubble wrap is another packet that comes out of. Slide him on there. And again. Ooh. She's looking pretty good. She's looking pretty good. Alright, let's move my AirPods for 2 seconds. They should be pretty well charged. They were on charge all night, and I only used them for like 20 minutes this morning, so it should be good for the moment. Put all that rubbish up there now. Alright, put that down there for 2 seconds. Now, for some reason, the cord actually has tape on it. Thank you. Got a little bit of tape there. For who knows what reason. We're gonna just tuck that on the inside of its own bag. Because then that way, it's not gonna get in the road ever again. If I decide to use that bag again, I'm gonna sit that bag just there for 2 seconds. I might as well take those out of their cases. I don't need those. these bits here, which go on the side of the Joy-Cons for when you're using your Switch Nintendo Wii style, I'm going to be putting those in my Switch case, where I've got my other ones. Get in there. Very nice. Alright. Okay. Alright. So, plug him in there. I just want to see. It looks like there is. I'm gonna sit that there because I want to see if it does. I want to see if there's lights on it somewhere. And so recording that, I'll be able to check back after I finish. Cool. That's so cool. It's an orange light. It looks, like, to me, it looks yellow, but it's an orange light. That's cool. Alright, so he's gonna... That's a long cord. It's a very long cord, like... That's easy gonna reach me there. My phone cord's not that long. You're a big boy. Okay. Gonna sit this guy over here somewhere. Actually, probably sit him up where I had the phone. But yeah, I think that's all my unboxings. I did also the other day get Trials of Mana. While we're talking about game stuff. Played the demo before I got it. And I'm at the moment trying to hunt down a copy of Animal Crossing, but because it's such a popular game, my local EB store doesn't even have a single copy. They've got the display cases to let you know that you can buy it, and the online says that it's still pre-order until 1st of May, so I don't know what that's about, but assuming that it's like for the online store, it's still on pre-order, assuming that that's what that means, I will have a copy of that by the May favourites. So I will give a review of that game then, as well as a full review of Trials of Mana, and there's a lot of stuff, a lot of things that I want to play, and movies I want to watch, that sort of thing. But yeah, I think that's all my unboxings. So I hope you enjoyed that, and let's get back to the regularly scheduled favourites.